Hello everybody, welcome to Mixed Media Frenzy. I will have a list below of all my scrappy friends doing a layout today, and I am scrapbooking photos of Briley and Lily. 2 different days, but I thought I would just combine them, and so I am using Recollections Gray. It's like a shimmery gray. And I really didn't know what colors to use for these photos, but I chose Mango Tango Vibes from Shimmers and then the gray, so I'm going to be using both colors. So here you will see me do the packaging technique, and there's a puddle there, and I take my knife and I just kind of go through it and make some lines. As you can see in the sketch, you can see lines through it, so I'm just kind of doing it messy and kind of all over the place. And then I go to dab up some of it and dry it. I have to stop and dry and then add more and then dry. My paper warped just a tiny bit. There's like some bumps on my paper, but it's not really bad. So here I'm making drops, and I don't use a dryer on this because then the drops would splatter out. So I'm just kind of dabbing, and then I will get out my drying tool. I don't make you watch me dry it, but there I'm showing you the dots, but I need just a little bit more packaging of the gray. And this gray has a beautiful shimmer to it. Alright, so then I do a little bit more, but the gray kind of lightens up a little bit, and there I lay, it's kind of still wet, but I lay my photos to see if I have enough coverage of the mixed media. So I decide to get out a little bit more red. I move it down just a little bit. Trying to clean up as I go, but yeah, I made a mess all over my table. I'm currently in the middle of washing my table off. Today is Christmas Eve when I'm doing this. My daughter and son have other plans with their in-laws, so yeah, I'm just kind of getting stuff caught up. And so I dug out this background stamp. It's a wood block and it has dots on it, and I used the ruby red from Close to My Heart, and I thought the layout needed just a little bit more texture, and you can see them like in the close-ups, but I layered the flowers over it, but you could just see little hints of it, and that's what I like. So then I decide to use this swirly stamp, and I get out my white daisy ink, and I show you like a close-up on top of the red, and it's just given this little hint of white on my layout. And there's a pile over to my left that I dug out of my Christmas scraps, and even though these photos aren't Christmas, I am trying to use up some of these red scraps. So I grab 2 or 3 of them and staple them together and just kind of layer some layers. And then I just trim them off. But after I get the amount, I staple them. But you're going to see me play a little bit with the layers. So after I get the right look that I'm after, I decide to distress my photo. That way it kind of stands out a little bit. But there's some wasted space on one of the photos, so I want to overlap the close-up picture of Briley and Lily and layer over the one of them sitting at the table. So here you see me distressing my photo, and it kind of just gives like a white line around the photos. There, you can see it. And I glue my photo on, and then I decide, well, I need to lay it out and see where the photo is. So I already put glue on it, but then I have to lay it down and do the other photo first so that I can overlap them and tuck the other photo under it, kind of like that. And then I tuck it. One way to cover up some wasted space on one of your photos. So I really like that. So now I glued the whole thing down. And then I get thinking, well, what in my Christmas stash can I use for just everyday moments like this? So I grab some flowers that are like Christmas flowers. And I thought, well, this will be good. And I try to fold up some of that paper. That way you can see kind of the layers that it has. And then I trim it off. So this layout was a lot of fun. Here's where I had all those flowers laid out and realized, well, it's the same color red, and it just makes, I'm making a cluster of 3. And then I just kind of go around and I play with the flowers. This layout came together so quickly, except for the mixed media. I had to stop and let it dry, but more or less all I used was the mixed media, the flowers, and then I throw a title on, and it came out beautiful. I love these sketches. Love how everybody interprets different things when they have a mixed media sketch. And I cannot wait to see what the other girls are doing with this sketch. So be sure to go check out the other ladies. So here I'm still fiddling with the flowers. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas and all your wishes come true. So I have the word love stuck on my hand. And I put love and laughter because these 2 words describe my granddaughters. And yeah, I love how that looks. Kind of love the middle cluster. So here I'm outlining as I always do. And I want to thank you so much for coming to watch my channel. Be sure to check out the other girls. And have a wonderful day. Thank you all for watching. Bye-bye.